And there were more scenes of union defiance on the Brisbane waterfront today. Picketing wharfies chained themselves to a railway track, holding up a freight train bound for the Patrick Wharf. Police moved in and removed the maritime workers who vowed to fight on.
In a show of solidarity, wharfies chained themselves to the railway line.
This is a battle that's by corporate Australia against the interests of the working people in this country.
They were joined by sacked workers from the Gordonstone mine in central Queensland.
MUA, here to stay.
The train driver was forced to stop. Union members kept a freight train bound for the Patrick Wharf at bay for almost an hour before police moved in and asked them to leave. When they refused, police used bolt cutters.
We won't be defeated.
Police removed them one by one.
In Queensland, police have stepped up their presence at the Brisbane wharves after sacked wharfies stormed a security barrier at the Patrick Dock overnight. Other unions have also thrown their support behind the MUA. In Townsville, coal workers lent their support to protesting wharfies. And in Brisbane tomorrow, liquor trades union members will stop work to consider what support they'll give. But suggestions of farmers crossing the pickets has the Queensland Premier worried that they'll only inflame the trouble. The Maritime Union says last night's action was just part of the escalated campaign planned for this week.
Union anger erupted overnight, with hundreds of wharfies and their supporters storming the Patrick Dock.
Where's the boat?
Police were outnumbered and their warnings ignored. The angry crowd marched more than 2 kilometres to the security gate, breaking open the fence with bolt cutters. It's been 2 weeks since the Brisbane wharfies were back on the docks, and their message was clear.
How do you feel, you dogs?
The whole point of tonight was to show that we should be in here. It's our place.
Today, police weren't taking any risks. Reinforcements were brought in from outside Brisbane and hundreds guarded the entry.
We've got police in reserve. We'll have a lot more police in reserve. But I see it as confrontational if we bring them in at this stage. I don't think it's necessary.
The sacked workers then staged a sit-in, with more than 400 joining hands and blocking traffic for almost an hour. Hundreds of vehicles were held up, with traffic banked back for 5 kilometres.
Gauntlet of the Maritime Union's Brisbane picket.
Quick.
They were met by a united front of sacked union members, eager to take a piece of the men who took their jobs. After holding the bus at bay for close to 10 minutes, police moved in to separate protesters from the bus, union delegates ordering their members off the road.
Today, another union joined the Brisbane protest. More than 200 members of the Plumbers and Gas Fitters Union marched on the Hamilton picket line.
MUA, here to stay. MUA, here to stay.
It joined other unions in the decision to strike if the MUA calls for statewide industrial action.
If there's a call for that to happen, naturally, like other building industry unions, would be there.
Tomorrow, more than 3,000 members of the Transport Workers Union are expected to walk off the job and meet at the Fisherman Islands, where they'll decide on further industrial action. Today, Premier Rob Borbidge met senior ministers discussing plans to tackle tomorrow's stop work. He's called for extra police to be brought in from other regions and all ministers to be on standby.
We got solidarity.